Hi Brett, this is our part two of our video revision of a very special car that we built quite a few years ago, and it's in our workshop for the next week or two to do some other small performance updates, which we'll talk about later. And in our previous video, I spoke about all the goodies underneath it. Well, now talking from the top, we're going to talk about everything that you can see in place. So just put it into summary, 440 kilowatts at the wheels, 2.6 stroker, Cosworth heads, 14mm head studs, 2.6 modified closed deck, short block, killer beast sump, you name it, twist mount, all the right bits. So let's just talk about some of the things that make a little bit of a difference when you package an engine properly, and remembering over 400 kilowatts and it's only running 22 PSI boost. So that's a really good example of how boost is not everything to generate power, and at the moment it's a pretty conservative tune. Client's really happy with the car. It's a daily driver. From the outside, other than the fact that it's lowered, you wouldn't even recognize it's modified. So custom air intake, custom intake to twist mount turbo, remote wastegate from underneath you see in a previous video. All the heat shielding's put in place so the car is nice and reliable. A catch can with all brand new replacement hoses. All the fuel lines inside the engine, the chassis, the cabin have been removed, and it's all custom hoses from the back of the tank with the remote surge tank. It's got front mount intercooler, GFB remote electronic adjustable blow-off valve, and then down underneath it's also got the Aquamist water injection to run on the car. And you'll notice this part here is what's left over of the original exhaust air injection system, which is part of the secondary pump. And then this particular part's got a sensor inside it, which is important that we keep that connected. Even though the part itself is redundant, it allows the factory ECU with Raceron technology to automatically adjust for atmospheric pressure and compensation. So if you've done a secondary air pump modification on your Subaru and you've deleted those parts, I recommend that you refit one of them to take advantage of the pressure sensor that is factory fitted in the part. Why the hell Subaru put it in that part, I don't know, but that's the reason why you've got that ugly part bolted to the firewall. Mechanically it doesn't do anything, but it's got a sensor that the ECU relies on, and in a package like this running factory ECU, it is very, very important. You notice it's got custom radiator header tank fitted here. It's got custom radiator. It's got all the replacement hoses and thermo fans in place. It's got even down to the water tank for the Aquamist water injection system, which is down underneath. And you'll notice the original wiring harness that's redundant has actually been unpicked and removed from the original factory fuse box, so you don't have an ugly plug sitting here. And such is the attention to detail for this particular build. So let's check out our next video and we'll talk about some of the further modifications we're doing. But of course you can follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter and Instagram. Remember, if you want a custom tune done on your car anywhere in Australia, contact us allow us to do a tune near you using our remote tuning technology through one of our partners. But for today, make sure you share this video and subscribe. I'm Brett Middleton. More updates soon.